skin. Oh, I'm going fun. Just love me. I love you. It won't be hard to do. Well, all right. Hoping you win.
Well, we go everywhere else, from unicyclists. You know, we've had a tournament out in Seneca Valley.
The women's teams?
Definitely. We had Pittsburgh Forest. We're friends with the Passion.
Yeah.
So we've been involved in a lot of things locally. I also have a chiropractor as a coach of a rugby team, an undefeated ladies rugby team, to get some competition. So we cover a lot of things people aren't used to seeing or hearing except in their own community. So what I'm trying to do is have a conduit of our site, Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. I want to announce, well, I'll do it on air too, but we just hit over 2,000 likes. And I started that in February. And I'm not a geekish guy, but I do the site, and we're getting between 400 and 1,100 people a day on our page. And how do I know that? There's a thing called Insights. So you click on that. So I've learned that, and that's part of the innovation of what we're doing. And I'm honored, and my crew's honored to be here as part of this show. Because what we do is we bring some energy and excitement, and we have respect. We're not like a Mark Madden. No offense, he earned his reputation. He worked hard at it. And he's rude, crude, and a lot of people like that. They want shock jocks. And believe me, we're opinionated. When you see Smoking Jim in his smoking routine, he's opinionated.
He has some opinions.
And I have to put the disclaimer out that those are his opinions. And he's man enough, if you want to confront him, you're able to do that. And just like with me, and then we have one of our rising stars, Little Z, Zach Brunner. I'm wearing his t-shirt. Oh, I don't want to take the, it's a little chilly still, but Brunner Contracting. And that's what we do. We do some unexpected things. And some people say I'm a little bit funny or silly, so I don't get it, but I do understand what they see.
So the name of the show is?
Pittsburgh Sportsline.
And you can like it on Facebook. Okay.
Definitely like, and you need a like on there, ma'am.
We need a like on there.
You're lax on a like.
I
You
know.
better get a like.
I better
You're
see,
too busy.
I better see what this show is all about tonight and see if I like it or not. Right? And that's what we're all here to do.
You've only been on this show,
Come
so
on,
you
let's
didn't
see
see
it
it.
here.
All right, we gave enough time to Devin. How's that look?
We're good. We're
right.
recording. So tonight, everybody, at the break, typically at this jazz networking show, we do 2 sets of live music, and at the break, we highlight people who are doing really innovative things in the Pittsburgh region. And so Alan Levine and his friends are doing something really innovative with Pittsburgh Sportsline. We're going to give you a taste of it right now. And so, Al, you want to invite up your special guests, one
Sure.
or more?
I'll bring up 2 right now.
Okay.
They're my regular co-hosts.
Okay, so we're going to get a taste of the show, and it's going to be filmed live here from Little East Jazz Club, downtown Pittsburgh. So put your hands together for Pittsburgh Sportsline. Here's a taste of it, okay?
Merry Christmas, Bethel Park. I'm Dave Cable, the director of BPTV, and I'm here to read for you the holiday classic, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even, Oh, hey, George.
I'm not George. I'm the ghost of Christmas present.
I don't know, you look an awful lot like my volunteer George.
Well, you are gravely mistaken. I am a ghost.
All right then, Mr. Ghost of Christmas Present. Why don't you come up here on the hot seat and explain to me why you had to come in here and interrupt my holiday special?
I would just like to wish everybody in Bethel Park a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year, and to remind you all to watch all the great holiday programming right here on BPTV.
You know, you didn't have to pretend to be a ghost to come in here and say that.
But I am a ghost.
So, do you think you could look a little more festive?
Sure.
You know, that's not too bad.
You should see some of my other tricks I got up my sleeve.
All right, well, welcome to Pittsburgh Sportsline, a new special edition at Little E's, 949 Liberty Avenue. I'm not sure of the zip code, but it's right above Mahoney's. This is with Jessica Lee's Jazz Networking and Happy Hour. This is the first time this is ever done, so it's another Bethel Park TV first. And you'll see this on YouTube, Pittsburgh Sportsline, Verizon 32 in the total Pittsburgh area, as far away as Uniontown, Cranberry, Wexford, throughout the city. Every community that has public access TV, and if you have FiOS, you'll see us. Only Comcast 7 in Bethel Park. I was just informed about it, that Comcast 7 is a popular station throughout the city and the area, so that's why you can only see us in Bethel Park on Comcast 7. And now we start the show with our first segment. It's called What's on Our Mind. Now I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. I have Smokin' Jim Frazier, and I have Zach Brenner here.
Yeah, all right.
And since this is the first one here, Smokin' Jim, I know you're a little nervous here. And he's usually pretty loud, but I don't know if he'll have the volume tonight to do that. So, Smokin' Jim, what's on your mind?
Hey, thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine, and I am truly honored to be here with Jessica Lee and Robert and Roy and everybody. Thanks for inviting us out. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, unfortunately, the Steelers choked the last 2 weeks. And the bad news is they're out of the playoffs. The good news is choking is covered by Obamacare. The problem with the Pittsburgh Steelers is their feeder system is down. I said back in 2007 that their drafts were so horrible that when Bill Cowher's players begin to retire, the Pittsburgh Steelers will turn into the worst team in the National Football League. If you look at them just offensively, you got All-Pro Big Ben Roethlisberger, a Bill Cowher player. You have All-Pro Heath Miller, a Bill Cowher player. And you have a guy that I drafted in 2010, the 3rd pick of the 6th round, the 8th pick overall in the Steeler draft, Antonio Brown, who wasn't supposed to make the team, who's an All-Pro player. So you only have 3 quality players on the entire offense. The offensive line is horrible. The running game is non-existent. And the offensive coordinator has been under scrutiny since he's been here.
Thanks, Smokin' Jim. By the way, a little disclaimer, he's an NFL scout. He's also a scout for the Steelers also. And he has friends that he seems to disagree with. If you notice, he's very critical of the Steelers. He sent me a text this past draft. And he goes, hey, talking machine, I might have to eat my steak early because they might kick me out. I just put down this player soft, that player soft. I'm not going to announce it because he's well known for doing that. So, and now, after that, little Z, Zach Brenner, what's on your mind?
Well, I'd like to thank Jessica Lee, Little E's Jazz Club, and all you folks who came out tonight in the cold. I worked all day out.
How cold is it?
It's cold enough, folks. I don't have to tell any of you folks. Most people still have their jackets on, haven't taken off their gloves. But I seem to be the typical Pittsburgher. I can adapt and deal with this kind of climate because I'm the only sucker that works out in this every day. So on to the sports note, though.
Yeah, what's on sports? What's on your mind?
I'm not as depressed as the guy who drafted the players for the Steelers that is so pessimistic of their play. He's the guy that scouted all these guys, watched all the tape of all these guys. And he was there for every single pick at the podium, as he is now. But I mean, it is what it is. The Steelers have been good enough for the last couple of years. Bill Cowher players or not, I think anybody in this room could have coached those guys. And Mike Tomlin is now, you're starting to see that when it comes down to coaching and making the right calls and the right moves, his hands are tied. You got Art Rooney II making bad calls, making him have offensive coordinators that he didn't want, keep players that he probably didn't want. And for me, that's just a lame duck coach, and I would probably quit. So I give Mike Tomlin a lot of credit for putting up and down with all the stuff that he takes, Obamacare or not. I'll tell you this, folks, since I was 18, I haven't had any health care, so I've had a pretty good run, Obamacare or not. But what we do at Pittsburgh Sportsline is we just do this every Monday and Tuesday night. Everybody has their own opinion. Smokin' Jim has his opinion. Most of the time I disagree with Smokin' Jim, but it's all in good taste, legitimately. Al Levine, the talking machine. We're missing one guy. His name is Chip the Prophet Hayner. I don't know where he's at, but one of these nights he might make it down.
Hey, this is on tape. This won't be cut. Chip was working. He couldn't get away from work. He does work also. He's one of the hardest workers that I've ever heard tell me about hard work.
I thought I was the hardest.
I said that he told me. You have to listen to what I say, Z.
I'm sorry.
And this is not supposed to be funny here.
But that's what's on my mind about the Steelers. And let's go Pens. Let's get a little bit happy mood and happy Christmas to everybody in here. And safe travels.
I appreciate it. We're not going to let you do 7 segments on what's on your mind. All right? We only have a short period of time. I don't know even what the timer says at this point, so we haven't kept track. We okay? Jess has given us an okay. Thumbs up. I didn't get her thumbs up, so okay, we're good. And since we're talking about nice things, I do want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'm not sure when this will be broadcast.
I got my black Barbie doll.
Jess, you have to watch Pittsburgh Sportsline from this past Monday at SIPS.
Tell them what kind of guests you have on you, Tim. Let's talk about the type of people you have on your show.
Okay, what we do is we cover from a young boxer, 6 years old, jumping rope on our show. We have women's rugby, football, Pittsburgh Passion, Pittsburgh Force. We've had chiropractors. We've had wrestling. We have a gentleman here, Trapper Tom. I don't know if we'll get you up tonight because you're longer-winded than I am, believe it or not. KSW Wrestling is out of Lawrenceville. We've even had Mr. Puniverse, 369 pounds, 3% body fat. It's quite impressive. You have to see the tape, and we'll check that out.
World champion powerlifter.
And then, one of our best, Dan Kovacs. This guy is a Pittsburgh legend. He grew up in Brookline, lives in my old hometown of Greentree. He lifted and set a record. He's the strongest man in the world, and they call this raw lifting. There's no equipment supporting him in any way. And he does 3 different lifts. And I think it was over 2,200 pounds that he did over a couple days. Smoking Jim's an expert on this.
And let's not forget, we also have Bill Boyce and his beautiful models each and every week on the show.
You didn't let me get to Felicia Ann is here. If you see somebody posting all these models pictures, like I put a lot of stuff up on Facebook, but I can't keep up with her news feed. Everybody knows mine's prolific. If you friend me, that's fine, and you don't want to see all the things I put up. I don't tell people I'm going to the bathroom or I had a bad day or I hate somebody. I put up some positive stuff out there. I put up some things like coconut oil today. Take a tablespoon of coconut oil and you won't have all these aches and pains and digestive problems and everything else. And it'll even give you a softer skin. But that's another story. So we cover so many different subjects. We have different photographers. I'm going to bring up another person, Robert DeGabriel, in a second. He took our cover photo. He's an amateur photographer.
Cover photo for what, though?
This is called Pittsburgh Sportsline Magazine. And people are confused. They keep asking me, what's the name of your magazine, guys? I go, our show's Pittsburgh Sportsline. And if you notice on the back table, it's Pittsburgh Sportsline Magazine. And Bob gave me about 11 choices of magazines to pick, and I'm going to call them up now since what's on my mind is scattered. I'm worse than little Z.
But Al, if I need a little bit of energy, where can I go get some energy from?
What kind of energy do you want?
I need an energy drink. Where can I get one from?
Well, we'll talk to Mona V. We got another one of our advertisers. You're not supposed to jump over this. Wait a second. This is what happens on our show. We're all friends but opinionated. I want to welcome Robert DeGabriel.
Thank you, Talking Machine. Thank you very much. This is the magazine. First issue is out. It's on the streets. So be sure to go out and take a look at it. It's a pretty picture that I took from the West End. It's got the duck in it.
Where's that duck at?
Whoop. I can't see it from behind me.
Right there. Get a close-up there. I'm just kidding. I'll get
There's duck haters, and there's people that like the duck. And to me, I'm about something positive in Pittsburgh. Who would think 1 million people or more, plus all the money they spend here with the cultural district and everything else. Jessica Lee even got a duck, got a T-shirt. Mark Friedman got her that. So
Where can you get your magazine?
you can get the magazine in over 350 locations in north, south, east, and west. What we are is we're prolific and tenacious. We do have a distribution network we do ourselves. Like if I see a place, I go in and ask, could I at least leave a couple? So just drive around. You may see our magazines. We're running out of them. I only have 200 left. Well, Robert has one. So
Well, there's plenty of copies on that back table.
there's still some back in the back. Get a copy. we're getting rave reviews on it. We have about half of its, comments and commentary. And don't read Smokin' Jim's column on the top 30 local high school players. I have to tell you, he's from Gateway, and the top 5 are all from Gateway. So who'd have thunk? We've had arguments as far away as West Virginia. I'm in a Paul Spadafora fight, and I don't want to repeat. I don't want to say what they were saying. It was in West Virginia.
And if you're a friend of Jessica Lee's, I will deliver the magazine to you personally.
You still have some left?
Give us what you're most excited about for the new year. What you're most excited about.
What we're most excited about
For 2014.
is just sports in the area and how we have a growing fan base, and we have people that call us up to come on the show. We have an NBA developmental league, and I was hoping Marcus Robinson could be here. Pittsburgh Bullets. We're talking all of it. Well, he just didn't make it. It's too cold out there. But we're excited about bringing the sports and the local sports and people in our area to our show, because how many people are blessed like we are? And I do thank Bethel Park and everybody that we're able to be on TV, and we're seen on public access TV every week. We have a steady time slot, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. So you can watch us there, plus random times throughout the week. We also brought boxing back to the Berg. Every Friday night at 10 o'clock, you can see one of our boxing shows. We amateurs, pros, etc. And then at 10:30 on Saturday nights, we have more boxing. And our show is seen even late as 12:30, 1 in the morning. For anybody that can't sleep or you had a late night and you want to watch some sports and hear some of this nonsense and whatever we do, tune us in. So we appreciate it. We're excited about that. And I was wondering, do we still have time? I could bring Mario with his Mona V. Robert, sorry to cut you short.
Okay, thanks very much, Tom.
Thank you.
Thanks, Robert. Well, Mario makes his way to the stage. I want to remind folks here, he's so modest about what we've done with boxing in the city of Pittsburgh. One of our premier guests, and one of the first guests actually, Lightning Rod Salka, will be fighting on Showtime this Saturday night at 7 p.m. And that's probably one of the biggest fights in the city in a long time, because he signed with Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy. So you know what that means in boxing, Smokin' Jim.
And just real quick, for all those that don't have health care, when you're on steroids, you don't need health care.
He healed up rather well. But speaking of health, I don't want these guys, we go for an hour every week, we do it. And then after our show, we have the after-hour show. We should film that, but we're not doing that tonight. We have Mr. Mona V, Mario Tempest. I met him at a sporting event, and he can tell you about that. He has a great energy drink, and he has other products with it, and I'll let you do it. He's one of our advertisers, one of our first advertisers to sign up. So I'm honored to have him here too. And we do a lot of great in the community, and that's part of it. We're innovating, we're doing old school, new school, and whatever school you want to go to.
Thank you, Al. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for having us here tonight. I do represent a product called Mona V. It's an all-natural product. We have anything but from energy drinks to meal replacements to even products that make you sleep. A couple of our teams, okay, the Boston Red Sox drink our product, the Utah Jazz, Houston Rockets. If you need any extra energy naturally to go Christmas shopping the next couple of weeks, give me a call, 412-417-7301. If you have problems sleeping, I can handle that. If you have little minor aches and pains, I can take care of that as well. And just remember, it's all natural. Our meal replacement is going to be used by all the upcoming winter sports from the...
Congratulations.
Thank you. All the Olympians are going to be eating our energy bars and drinking our meal replacements. So, of 190 companies worldwide, they picked ours, so I'm very proud of that.
And Mario is a regular guest on our show. He gives us a lot of great support. And we do a lot of networking too. I think that's one of the reasons Jessica wanted us on the show. We do networking right out of SIP Sports Bar. We've connected so many people. We're not even close to what Jessica Lee's done here with her jazz networking. But we're in the minor leagues, so we're building up to it. That's part of next year too. And I know we're going to be winding down now. We're just about out of time. Do we got the thumbs down now, Jess?
Yeah, you got this. You're about ready.
Okay, we're about ready.
She's ready to sing some more, folks.
So they do their jazz networking happy hour here, and the music is great. The musicians are great. And I asked for a special request if she could do a song for me. I forget what it is. Bloodshot Eyes. Wait till you hear the song, guys, and that'll be coming up. That'll be the last part of the show. Thanks again to BPTV and Dave Cable for letting us venture out into the city of Pittsburgh. So we appreciate that, and all the people in Bethel Park for the support and letting us do this to help promote our community. And of course, everybody in Pittsburgh that's watching Pittsburgh Sportsline, taking our magazine, and then check out Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. I want to announce we hit over 2,000 likes again, and Jim Kaiser with Pittsburgh Sports Pride has helped us get that way. He's connected me with so many more people, and he's helping to make my vision for this grow even bigger. So that's what's happening. Thanks again. Thanks Jessica Lee, Roy, Zeke, Razika, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm going to like it on Facebook.
Great job.
Wow, look at all this holiday program we have this year at BPTV. How am I going to find enough help to cover all of it? Oh, hey, Ghost of Christmas, George.
No, it's the Ghost of Christmas present, Dave.
Either way, this is not a good time right now.
Why is that?
I have all these holiday programs to cover and I don't have nearly enough volunteers.
I can help.
What can you do? You're a disembodied spirit.
Remember that trick I showed you last year?
Yeah?
Watch this.
Ta-da! Wow, this could solve all of my volunteer problems. Why didn't you tell me you could do that?
You didn't ask.
Well, while I'm asking, how many of you can there be at one time?
As many as you need, Dave. As many as you need.
Maybe I'll just write Santa Claus a letter and ask him for help.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from everyone here at BPTV.
Just because you're handsome, you think you're mighty wise. You tell me that you love me, you roll your big brown eyes. I saw you all last week, your eyes were turning black. Go find that girl who beat you back. Ask join the circus. You make a real good home. Your eyes look like a roadmap. I'm scared to smell your breath. Better shut those peepers before you bleed to death. Yeah, don't always put your eyes on me. I can tell you've been out on the spree. It's plain that you're lying when you say that you've been crying. Don't always put your eyes on me. I say it's plain that you're lying when you say that you've been crying. Don't always put your eyes on me. No.
You know, guys, I really want to thank you for all the work you've done for me this year. You've really helped me catch up on all of my holiday programming.
Sure, no problem, Dave.
You know, if you're bored, you don't have to stay here. You could always go do something fun.
Oh, thanks. Hey, what's going to, Dave?
This should be interesting. Ugh. I know you guys are disembodied spirits, but it's a little cold for us people with bodies to be playing out here.
Oh, come on, Dave. You used to play in the snow when you were a kid, didn't you?
Well, at least let me go get a hat.
Gloves, too. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at BPTV.
It's so uncomfortable.
Oh, hard to ride on that thing, huh?
It is hard.
Thanks to your generosity, Marines have delivered Christmas to children in need since 1947.
This year, 1 in 3 older Americans will fall at home, risking a potentially lethal hip fracture. For information on making your home safer, visit orthoinfo.org. A message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.